It's the International Soccer Preview. We are Soccer Files Canada. This is a short version predicting Cape Verde's starting player. Here we go. And we move on to part 3 where we're going to do a spotlight review. So let us begin with the manager, Bubista. We do think he will make it to the cup. Not a lot of big problems on the team. And he's a long-term manager with them, so we're going to consider him a definite candidate. For goalkeeper, even though he's only played a little more than half of the games over the past 2 years, we still think Bozina is going to be the starter in that position. Moving on to central defence, we think Roberto Lopez is the only one that we can really confidently say is going to be the starter there. His name is also Pico. You might see him listed as Pico. In terms of his partner, we don't think it's going to be Dini Borges, even though we do think he'll definitely be on the squad. We think the more likely partner alongside of him is Logan Costa, but we're not willing to put his name down there. Okay, let's go to left backs, and we think it's going to be a rotation of João Paulo Fernandes and Dylan Alvarez there in that position, which may turn into a winger position. On the right, though, we think it's definitely Willy Semedo, even though he's coded as a left winger himself. We think he's going to be the starting right back. Moving on to the central midfield, we said Jamiro Montero is not necessarily going to be a starter as a central midfielder, but we think he'll be a starter somewhere on the field, and more than 50% chance of that being a central midfielder. And newcomer Duarte, we think has worked himself into a starting position. We also have a newcomer as our starting left winger or left attacking midfielder, and that's Bebe. And we wouldn't be surprised to see some rotation up top here, which I'll mention at the end. On the right wing, we think Ryan Mendes has carved out the position for himself, and we're going to put as a in blue, so not the 100% green, but maybe the 67% blue, Gary Rodriguez or Gary Mendes Rodriguez, perhaps even starting as a forward, because we don't have a name for a forward. We think it is going to be one of the wingers here. So we do think there'll be rotation among Bebe, Mendes and Gary Rodriguez, but we're not fully confident that Gary Rodriguez will be a starter. Perhaps they'll find a forward in the meanwhile or something along those lines. Anyway, that's it, our Spotlight review. If you like what you hear, check out the full version on YouTube or podcast by searching International Soccer Preview.